theme that came up a lot in the survey was about holiday food and self-control surrounding eating. A lot of our participants talked about their cravings for salty or sweet treats and holiday foods. And some even spoke about self-sabotage, feeling overwhelmed, and just in general that there's so many temptations. So what advice do you have for any participants feeling this way and in the holiday season for their mentality around eating?
Great question. And let's face it, this is the holiday of eating and treats and a little bit of indulgence. And so while some of that's okay, we just don't want us to overdo it. And as you said, some of the viewers were thinking that they could be overwhelmed or this is a lot to take on. So I'm going to go over a few tips I think could be helpful. So one of the mindsets or the ways that we think about the holidays is maintain, don't gain. So this is of course talking about weight loss or talking about your healthy habits. This is probably not the time you're going to make huge traction. If you are one of those people that are already in momentum and really going strong, continue, of course. But if you're feeling like this is an overwhelming time, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of temptations, this would be a time to think about how can I maintain my gains in my habits and not necessarily gain or get too off track. In terms of doing that, I would highly focus on 1 or 2 healthy habits. So if you've already gotten really great at water consumption, if you've gotten really great at eating more green light foods, if you've gotten really good at your sleep or movement, choose a couple of those things and really focus on those things. Those are the things that are going to keep you going, help you deal with stress, and help you deal with those temptations because it's a routine that you're following. It's things that you know and things that are going to help balance out the cravings and the feelings of being overwhelmed. The other thing is, I don't want you to deprive yourself. Again, it is the holiday, it is a time for celebration, and a lot of celebration is tied in with a little bit more, a bit more alcohol perhaps, or a little bit more fun foods or, celebratory foods. So we want balance and moderation and not deprivation. So in that sense, it's like if you really love a really great glass of wine or a couple glasses of wine or another liqueur, if you're really, really fond of, your grandmother's favorite cookies, or it's, the Lindt chocolates, whatever it is you're really, really fond of, truffles or things like that, have them. It's not that you can't have them, but try to eat healthy during that day. Try to plan for them. Try to eat healthy in the day. Try to stick to those healthy habits in the day. And if there's a time you're going to have a treat, plan for it. And when you have it, really savor it, really enjoy it, make it an occasion, rather than just sit down and eat it quickly in the kitchen and then go back for more. Try to really create an environment where you're going to enjoy the food, whether it's, like I said, that glass of wine, whether it's that chocolate, whether it's that cookie, whether it's that cake. Sit down, be mindful, eat it slowly, really savor the experience, and you'll actually probably end up feeling like you quite enjoy it a lot more, and you may not need to go back for seconds because you've sat down and you've thoroughly enjoyed it and taken your time to enjoy it. So all that to say is this is not the time to deprive yourself, still have those things, but build them in a way that makes sense. And then the last thing I'd say, you can also try to find, this is going to be a different Christmas or a different holiday season. Try to think about non-food related ways to celebrate. So it doesn't always have to be about baking, cooking, eating, drinking. Try to think this year, it's a different year. We can sort of rewrite some of the rules this year in particular. Try to think of non-food related ways to celebrate as well. So rather than staying in and eating at night, maybe you go out for a walk or you do something more active with your family. Just take the focus off of food. It can be part of it, but it doesn't have to be all of our celebration.